We're here this morning primarily to talk about their program that they put together called Better Together. There is also information in the corner. There are brochures, there's stuff on the launch pad, there's stuff on your tables, so feel free to gather stuff so that you have more information.
Thank you so much, Janice. We're really grateful to get to present today at Emmanuel Lutheran. Thank you so much for welcoming us. My name is Natalie Amadio. I am the Director of Youth Leadership and Employment Programs at the Launchpad Teen Center. We're located at 424 6th Street in Prescott. And these are members of our Teen Advisory Council. The Teen Advisory Council is a group of teens from all different schools. We'd love to have Prescott Valley teens join. And they are involved with social issues that they choose based on the needs of teens and the greater community in Prescott. So that's kind of the goal and mission of the group. And I'll go ahead and let these amazing teens introduce themselves.
Hi, I'm Tessa. I also work at the Launchpad as a facilitator, so I get to hang out with teens all day. And I've been part of TAC, the Teen Advisory Council, for about 3 years now. I graduated high school a couple of years ago, so I'm still involved in TAC and still helping out a lot.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for letting us come and present today. My name is Leah, and I've been on TAC for a little over a year now. I am a senior at Prescott High School taking concurrent enrollment classes at Yavapai College.
Hello, I'm Kashan. I'm a senior at high school doing the same program that Leah is doing. I've been a part of about the same time as Leah as well. Where do we go from here? Just like started? Okay. All the way at the end. That's good. A little bit closer? Okay. So we already talked about the council. So the Better Together goal, I'm going to read this because I'm not. Do this. So we believe that. Even more?
Yeah, you can dive into it like that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So we believe that learning how to engage in civil discourse, we can begin to close the cracks that threaten to pull us apart. Prescott is known as everybody's hometown, but in our surveying throughout within the surveys that we did for Better Together, we found that 81.6% of people do not believe, not necessarily don't believe, but believe that there is a strong division within the community. They're seeing the survey results of our surveys. There needs to be a change in communication. The goal of our guidebook is to mend division within the community, provide a set of skills of communication techniques that empower people to voice their opinion in like a healthy way, and to be able to promote like understanding and growth within the community. Throughout the guidebook, we have interactive sections to like for personalized topics. Let's see what's next. Yeah. Yeah. We'll switch.
So to kind of backtrack from what Kashan was saying, in September of 2020, the teens that founded the Teen Advisory Council, which we are a part of, engaged in kind of local protests that were reflected on a national scale, and kind of encountered a lot of the division that was alarming in the Prescott community. And from there, they wanted to kind of mend this polarization that they witnessed by providing communicative techniques for the community to use to just build empathy and be able to connect with one another again. And so they created a survey to ask members of Yavapai County whether they thought there was division in the community, and after surveying nearly 1,000 members, they we all received the data that yes, many, like 81.6% of people believe that there is strong division in Yamasee County. So from there, the booklet that you see in orange and blue in front of you was written by teens last year from the survey data, and it highlights some of our graphs and charts that we found, and goes over kind of techniques on how to take that data and then turn it into kind of something, a discussion point, something to talk about, something to connect over and learn about from each other. So would you like to talk about kind of the next steps?
So kind of like how Leah was saying, we took these surveys and we created this guidebook. And I'll just give you some, since you can't see the slides right now, we had technical difficulties, I'll give you some things that we found in our survey. So yeah, 81.6% says that there is division in our community. And then also our age range, we got it surveys from all the way to teenagers, all the way up to older people in our community as well. And then also one of the questions that we put in our survey was, do I feel comfortable having difficult conversations with these communities? And the communities were family, work, school, different churches, and in public, or some others. But mostly people feel comfortable in churches and also in the family setting as well. So that's pretty interesting. So we actually got this grant funded from Arizona Community Foundation for 3 years. So our first phase was doing the survey and starting our campaign, and now in our phase 2, which is our small group dinners. So we're asking people to sign up for these small group dinners. It can be either with your family or your chosen family or friends, or maybe neighbors or something like that. And you get to host your own dinners. So you can use our guidebooks as kind of a guidebook, right? But for your dinners, to have conversations with the people you feel comfortable with. So in the guidebook, we have topics that we got from our survey that people found difficult to have solo discussions about, but you can also pick your own topic as well. You can start from like easier topics all the way up to hot topics. That is totally up to you, but this is our phase 2. Trying to get dinners and get our community together and really put this out in the community and to get people to see how valuable it is to have these solo discussions.
How is the current phase doing?
Good. We have lots of families signed up, and we also have bigger groups as well. We have a couple of other church groups signed up. So maybe if your church wants to do like a big get together, like 20 people or something, we can totally help out with that as well.
So in a year, we'll begin phase 3, community-wide dinners, and the outline of our mission is that we'll be within these community-wide dinners. We will have people practice their communication skills using the tools that they were given within the guidebook. We want to have it in a more diverse setting, not just all like the same people, you know. We're going to be providing the dinner, so no one has to pay to get rid of that barrier, and use the knowledge of civil discourse in action. What do we do? Just like.
So again, as a recap, Lakasha was explaining with the community-wide dinners, that is phase 3. Right now we're in phase 2, so we are signing up families for those small group dinners through December. I think right now we have about 60 so families signed up, and our goal is 200 groups or families. So the ideal range is 5 to 7, but like Tessa said, if you have a larger group that you would like to sign up, we do offer, we are accepting of those as well right now. So yes.
When someone signs up to do a dinner, do you come to help facilitate the conversation? Or are we using the guidebook and doing it on our own?
Ideally, it would be the latter. So at this point, groups are facilitating kind of on their own in their comfort zones with the guidebook, just to kind of practice those skills. But we do have, as Tessa was saying, those bigger groups signed up, like churches, I think the Prescott Peace Builders have signed up, and also individuals who maybe want to be assigned to a larger group. And so for those, we are having mediators who will plan to be there. We just ask that if you would like that, it happens in a public setting, so instead of maybe at a more intimate location like your home, we have it maybe in a Launchpad conference room or something like that. So yes, if you are interested in signing up for those dinners, we have QR codes and information on the forms in front of you. We can also come around and help with that as well, but if you sign up, you will get an email with more information about the dinners. There are PDF copies of the guidebook on the table, as well as those paper copies for you to mediate your dinners with, and the goal being that there will be 4 dinners a year, so 1 per quarter, or you can have 4 in a month. Just kind of really build up those skills before phase 3. And then we're going to go over some FAQs, or frequently asked questions, about this.
So the first one is, how long do I have to sign up for dinners if I want to think about it? So at this moment, we plan to accept new groups through December, like what Leah had just said. And yeah, there's QR codes on the table as well that you can fill out the survey, the form to sign up for dinners. And you can also get a guidebook as well. And then for the physical copies, we do have some here today that you may take with you. But also, if you're not sure quite yet, we will have physical copies at the Launchpad that you can pick up whenever you would like.
And there is a sign-up sheet coming around, so if you're at all interested, feel free to put your name down there and the students will follow up.
And if you don't know what a QR code is, this is the same thing down here, right online?
Yes.
Okay, just curious.
Yes. Yeah, there's also a link printed on some of them as well. Yeah. Another frequently asked question was, what topics do I discuss? I kind of talked about that, but that is totally up to you which topics you would like to talk about at your dinners. Like I said, we do have examples in the guidebooks, but it's totally up to you. It's totally up to you what you feel comfortable with and that type of stuff.
Yeah. My family, friends, and group around me have similar ideas. How do I diversify? We recommend exploring the topics that you might find differing in opinions. If you hope to diversify your dinners, you may find that your views on some topics aren't as similar as you expect. So, try to go out, think outside the box. You can select people in your group to take the role of the opposing point of view. So, just choose someone to argue the opposite opinion, and expand your group to including your neighbors, or anyone that you really feel comfortable with. How do I contact the Teen Advisory Council with these questions? Our contact information is at the end of this PowerPoint, but if we don't have it up there, so you guys just come up to us and ask, and it should be on the guidebook as well.
Yeah, our email should be in there somewhere.
Yeah.
It's on the dinner time one.
So, yeah. I think the remainder of our presentation mostly covers those flyers that you see on the tables and in the back. One more thing. We are kind of collecting information on the space, so when you sign up, you will be assigned to a teen liaison, such as myself, or Caution, or Tessa, who will check in periodically with you just to see how things are going. We can do our best to help if you're having trouble getting started, or if any questions arise. So you will be given our contact information in the form of email for that. If you are really enjoying it and you feel like providing feedback in terms of photos or what have you, we are collecting as much information as we can on the space to see how we can improve for the phase 3, which is the bigger groups. So we will have information about how to share that if you are completing the dinner process. I think that is it. Are there any questions that we can answer?
Can I ask?
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, since COVID, we've done dinners for 8 to keep getting together at homes when we weren't able to gather. I wonder, our dinners for 8 fit into this pattern? You would just adopt the book? Is that, like, we have rotating dinners for 8, but I think maybe the idea is to get neighbors involved or the new people, but we have about 40 that are on dinners. I'm just curious about that. Does it fit into the pattern?
Yeah, I think that sounds like it does. The point about kind of including neighbors, that was more if you feel like you want to broaden your group maybe at this point. But we're very flexible with how and agreeable to how you feel like conducting these. So yeah, I think that sounds like a great example of a place to do that.
Go ahead.
I can just keep my hand up. I've just 2 questions. One, how many here even know where the launch pad is? How many have been there? Okay, some of you. Okay, so one of your assignments when you are sitting in Prescott Valley, which most of you are, and you're bored, get in the car and Google Launchpad and go and check it out. And they have a little moon cafe and you can order something and see what's happening. My lesson in that is for as a church, we talk about wanting to be younger and stuff, and you have to go engage kids where they're at. So that is there. My second thing is, have you have any interesting stories or of occurrences where through these discussions people have become a little bit more open in a culture where people were polarized? Do you have anything where that's happened that comes to mind? Or not?
I hope so. We are still, this process is very new. We just got the guidebooks printed, so we haven't been able to collect a lot of feedback yet, but we're hoping that that is the case. Is there anything you all want to add?
I have another question. So are these intended to be structured as sort of a series of dinners with the same group?
Yes. Yeah, so we would suggest keeping the same group of people for each of the dinners, just to make it more comfortable in the beginning. But you can totally add in people, maybe one of your friends heard about it, or you want to diversify your group. Again, you can always add in people, but please let us know if that changes just for data-wise on our end. Yeah. And then another thing I wanted to add that we forgot to put in the slides, you might notice our logo is skeletons. Right, that's kind of weird for like a communications thing, but we came up with the skeletons because we're all the same on the inside, right? We all have skeletons, and it's actually my design, so we drew it up as a little cartoon to make it appealing for all the generations, right? And I even have it tattooed, so it is a great logo.
And you had a skeleton of color here at our art show.
Nice. Yeah.
See that? Or are they?
Yeah, but it took a whole meeting to come up with the logo, but that's the reason behind the skeletons. It's because we're all the same on the inside.
Thank you all so much, TAC members. I think one other thing that I just wanted to add quickly was that if having dinner with a larger group poses a hardship in any ways, either like financially, accessibility-wise, or like time constraints, for example, we do have grant funding to provide people with gift certificates for each of the dinners. So that's one of the questions if you do register, if you would need dinner provided for your small group. And we'd be happy to do that. The first gift certificate is actually to the Moon Cafe at the Launchpad, which hires 5 teen apprentices every 4 months to give them a paid 8-month internship to learn some job skills and workforce development in our community. So yeah, we'd love to have you come support. And if you do need dinners provided, we're very happy to grant that and to fund that. So.
I just wanted to mention one thing. that the Launchpad has done surveys, and I want you to know that your surveys have gone to the Martin Luther King Committee, and we work with that, and from there we've gone into the City Council in Prescott to try to get non-discriminatory policies written, and we're working there now with a lot of your people. And I just wanted to mention that because what you do is getting out there in different ways. And by the way, if you go to Foxworth, Wheelworth, and take the next driveway, that's how you get to the launch pad.
Yes.
There's one in BB.
Prescott.
Yeah, it's in Prescott.
Yes, they're in Prescott.
Is there any more questions at all? Well, then that is the end of our presentation. If you would like to email us, it's tac@thelaunchpad Teen Center. And then, yeah, also it's in the guidebook as well, and there's on the dinner time papers that we have printed out is also our contact information as well. Thank you for letting us present here today.
Thank you.